sing. You broke my will, but what a thrill. Playing Mr. Rain, this is great balls of fire.
whole problem of life or trouble of life and all that got into the point where now the fourth one, this is after the Watchers were established in the movie or in the TV show,
TV
but
show, yep.
those group of Watchers that had promised sanctuary for immortals, and what these immortals were doing, what they were doing is pretty much tying the immortals to a table and drugging the shit out of them. So they were completely unconscious for decades and decades. And the bad guy showed up and slaughtered everybody except for Connor because he had some sort of vendetta against Connor. And then the last one, I can't remember. I can't actually remember if it was the same movie or not, but there was one more scene where Duncan and Connor had got together, and Connor's sitting there showing them over and over, how to do this one trick that, there's no way around the lethal blow to kill, and Connor pulls it on Duncan, forcing Duncan to kill Connor. So,
Highlander is also the movie which, after everybody's seen it, people got the idea that the katana is a supernaturally powerful sword.
yeah.
They are nice, but I wouldn't go that far.
For the theatre of war they were designed for, they're quite good. Compared to European swords, they're about the same, really.
That slight curve gives for a better slicing motion, which even in a case like that, a scimitar is so much better than that.
And the saber is even better.
True that.
But for the theatre of war they were designed for, they were pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, the craftsmanship involved in katana is real nice.
Well, the problem with most European swords, they were just as much blunt objects as they were cutting weapons.
Wrong. They were sharp enough. They weren't blunt object. They weren't. Yeah, you go with the. They were basically metal clubs. Idea, right?
Are you?
They were not.
They were sharp. They were sharp metal clubs.
Yeah,
I mean,
they were swords. They weren't clubs at all.
No. I'm just saying its use is just as much a club as it was a sword.
I would advise you watch a guy called Shadiversity concentrate on his European sword videos. They were quite versatile.
Well, I'm not saying. I mean, there's the thing. I'm not saying they're not, but we're basically talking a really sharp, straight stick.
All the katana was in is a really sharp, slightly curved stick.
True.
But
the thing about an absolute straight sword is compared to a curved sword, there's very little actual follow through.
On a European sword.
Yeah. Well, even a European or even I was going to say Tai Chi sword, but they're more ornamental than anything else.
That would depend on the sword and what it's designed for. If it's a thrusting sword, or if it's got enough of a taper so that it's got a good slicing action.
Well,
and many European swords have a very good slicing action. Especially, the post-medieval swords, when metal armor wasn't really a thing.
Yeah, true. Is Skittles at his concert?
Yes, he is. And Green, you are correct.
What prize do I win for being the first one to notice the time?
You in this this imaginary bag of imaginary.
Well, that and That and probably the fact that they've been listening, that the audience has been listening to you and me talk about Highlander and swords for the last 5 minutes.
There's nobody in the audience, so you're clear.
Yeah.
Our stream's empty today on a Thursday. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Pretty much. This weekend actually is Canada's Thanksgiving weekend.
It is?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all are celebrating early.
Well, yeah, Canada's always celebrated it in October. I actually like it that we have Thanksgiving in October, so that's not like Thanksgiving in November and then you got another turkey for Christmas in December. Oh, now we got people. Let's see.
We've got Tonka Radio and Big Draw.
Yo,
Our
guys,
old big
what's up?
drone. And Tonka, get your ass up to Battle Creek. I'll fight you.
Tonka, you wouldn't want to fight me in real life. You wouldn't see me until after I'd beaten you. I am the Batman.
Hey, blind girl.
Yo.
Eat turkey for Thanksgiving, then for Christmas you eat ham and other stuff.
I just have ham for both times because my son doesn't really like turkey, and neither do I. Or chicken. I'll make a big, I'll make like 3 little chickens so there's extra stuffing to go around.
Like a Cornish game hen?
Yeah.
Oh, I did my one ticket to Joker, please, me. Would you like to see it?
Sure.
Hold on an hour. Screen share.
Oh, right. You know the audience
Sure.
can see that, right, Batman?
Yes.
Okay.
And there we go.
At least I have a penis.
Oh my God,
unlike
Batman, put it
you two
away.
bastards. Okay.
What?
You know what? Are you proud of your penis, Sir Tonka Radio? Is this a Giga Ulticast by any chance?
I don't know, but I prefer the proverb, he who talks about penis has one.
What about he who lost didn't get the joke?
That's a good one.
Suck count.
Yeah, I figured.
I lost mine on the door of an elevator lift.
Ouch.
Let's have a look.
Yeah, ouch and all.
Yeah, this is not Tonka Radio.
Oh, Tonka Radio is not even Tonka Radio anymore, is it?
Yeah,
What the
Yeah,
hell
that's
is
why I
Tonka
said
Radio?
fight me.
yeah. This channel doesn't have any content.
It doesn't?
Nope. So it's fake.
What is a Tonka Radio, anyways? Am I missing some kind of YouTuber talk?
That was the whole that was the whole Kumite thing.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Tonka, it was Tonka Saw and others, but that's not who it is.
I could never deal with pro wrestling. I could never really deal with watching it, so listening to pro wrestling type talk was a little out of my purview of interests.
I was okay with wrestling.
No, I've never seen prostitute wrestling.
Now that would be interesting. Oh,
Have you seen some prostitutes? No, it wouldn't.
well, some. Apparently, a lot of people liked that. I sent the Vegemite porn into MITAM, and a few people liked it.
Vegemite porn?
I think
You're
it was
sick.
because I said the only good use for it's basically mud wrestling, except for the mud was Vegemite.
You sick
Ew.
bastard.
Yeah, it doesn't. It looks like it would not be fun.
Vegemite is gross.
Hey, Andy G is in the chat.
Yo, Andy G, what's up?
Mandy, what up?
Oh, Mandy
No, not
G.
Mandy. Andy.
Oh,
Yeah,
Andy G.
that's his real name. His real name is Andy.
So Mandy is now Andy, is he?
Yep.
Okay. I'm sure he'll be okay with that. Yeah, so tonight is the Francois debates in Canada, and I'm sure they'll be frustrating as fuck. Trudeau has also opted out of participating. Which, I mean, I don't know how that helps anyone. Like, you're going for re-election and you've decided you're not going to participate in any of the debates for the election. I feel like that's just a terrible move. Or he's just arrogant enough to think, I don't have to participate, I'll get elected, no problem. In which case, dumb.
Little column A, little column A, little column B.
Yep.
Probably.
Well, the thing is, I hate to say it, but see, weren't all those lawsuits that were kind of targeting Trudeau essentially dropped and abandoned?
No,
And
actually,
then-
he blocked the investigation.
Isn't
Okay,
that
so-
kind of sort of against the law?
No. Well, yes, but we kind of have the thing of we're not going to prosecute a sitting prime minister.
So he's using the Trump defense.
Sort of, except that he didn't even bother to use the defense. He just, behind the scenes, blocked all the investigations. Andrew Scheer called him out for it in the last debate, and he had nothing to say about it.
So he's basically a sad sack of shit.
Yes, and because Canada is still technically part common law / monarchy, it's not like we have a real chance of doing anything about it. Except for just voting him out.
I agree, Mandy.
It's unfortunate, but it's a thing.
Thunder.
What?
You're confused about everything.
Listen, facts do not change the
Yes, they
argument,
do.
okay?
Yes, they do.
How can Trudeau not participate in a debate? In this debate, I do not know. My theory is arrogance. He thinks he's going to get reelected.
I hope he loses miserably.
Either that or he was never. Either
Sorry,
that
go
or
ahead.
he was never really committed to being a prime minister anyway. He wanted it more for the celebrity status, I would suppose.
Yeah,
And
he
for
wanted to be a male model.
The future seat on the somewhere in Europe.
The EU.
Yeah, EU. Buying himself way into the EU.
Ew.
Yep. He doesn't actually care about any kind of
Any-
Canadian values.
Trudeau only cares about Trudeau.
So the
Well,
rebel.
to be fair, with all the stuff they've been throwing at him and everything's been bouncing off and keeping him from getting in trouble, if he hasn't gotten in trouble for any of this crap yet, he's pretty much untouchable.
Yes. More or less. And what's interesting is Rebel Media, I guess Ezra Levant, he released a book called The Libranos. Haha, right, so cringe. Anyways, he did a book launch release in Edmonton, and Antifa bullied, where's the place? They bullied in Edmonton into canceling the book launch at a theater in Edmonton. They bullied the theater, and so now they can't launch their Libranos book there. He's basically, you know how they have little voter lawn signs? They basically made lawn signs saying, hey, look, launch of our book. Put this lawn sign on your front lawn. And it looks like a liberal, vote liberal sign. And I'm like, you guys are just asking for it. I mean, I like it when people stir the pot politically, but you guys are just asking for it, ladies and gentlemen. And Rebel Media just got accredited as well. The government had stopped their journalists from being accredited, so that's why they were getting arrested at places, because apparently now you have to be accredited in order to be a journalist. And so they applied for accreditation, and what the government would do is one day before the event, they'd say no, so they had no way to fight it. but this time they made the mistake of doing it on a Friday. How are you lovely people doing? Doing good. Hums, how you doing? Right, Clay? It's turkey weekend. Except I think me and Jack are gonna have pizza. Jack likes pizza, so yay.
Who doesn't like pizza?
You can always do what I do every Thanksgiving. Chinese.
Yeah, but that's so expensive, and he doesn't really like Chinese food.
Chinese food are good.
I love Chinese food.
I
Jack,
like
not so much.
Chinese.
I think the only thing he likes are the French fries.
I especially like house cut fried rice.
Oh, and he likes fried rice. You're right. He likes fried rice and fries.
And crispy stolen dog.
Fried rice and fries. Yep, he's a kid.
So I've just been like, all right, I guess we'll have because if I cook stuff for Thanksgiving, he's going to eat maybe a little of it, and then it's going to rot in my fridge.
Am I the only one who doesn't care for rice? I mean, I'll eat it if it's on my plate, but other than that, I'm not going to seek it out.
Yeah, I'm not a big rice fan either.
I do rice as opposed to pasta.
Do you get to go home for Thanksgiving, or is that not like an off day? Unless it...
It's different every year.
Chloe? Nobody likes you.
I heard that.
Yeah, so did I.
Chloe. Yeah.
Penis.
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 All
The
she's
problem-
dreaming about is the penis.
The problem is, Thunder, I deliver retail merchandise, so I deliver stuff to stores. And not only do I work, throughout the holidays, that's our busy season.
Do you get at least holiday pay?
Nope.
No. How nice of them. That's just bring all the perks of working on holidays. Take it away.
The only
Anna.
day we get off is Christmas.
Christmas
I
is a
didn't
good
last
holiday.
year.
Some have to go.
Christmas is a good holiday
didn't
to
last-
get off.
Up until last year, what was it? Our previous life, everything had to be delivered by 8 p.m. on Christmas Eve, and then the loads start leaving out on Christmas Day after the afternoon of Christmas Day. So we got an extra 12 hours off. Woohoo!
Yep.
In my case, it was to the point of I wasn't even able to leave. Or there's been a lot of times where I just stayed around the warehouse because, well, what was the point driving home for 4 hours?
Yeah, fair enough. I'm personally starting to get a little bitter over the holidays just because, kids kind of make the holidays more fun again, except Jack doesn't understand what the fuck they are. So, there's no real incentive for me to really, do much.
I guess I've fallen out of the holidays because I basically get what I want, unless it's like too expensive, then obviously not. But if I absolutely do need it, I get it. So holidays don't really mean much.
Yeah, they don't really mean much to me anymore. They used to. I used to get all excited about it. And lately I've just been like, the only one that's getting excited is me, right? Yeah, this is boring. Although, I did convince my son to play with Play-Doh yesterday, and it was quite interesting to hear him complain.
Ooh. Oh, I don't know where my Play-Doh is.
Chloe.
You probably ate it.
No, I didn't. I had some Play-Doh over here somewhere. Cat probably knocked it on the floor. Stupid cat.
Apparently, pumpkin chocolate is Father Christmas.
I'm for it.
I feel like he's too grumpy to be Father Christmas.
It could be the Futurama Father Christmas.
He's jolly one day a year.
Why do you get Chinese food on Thanksgiving, Pumpkin Trucker? Yeah, why do you get Chinese food on
'Cause I'm-
Thanksgiving, Trucker?
Because McDonald's is closed. No, I'm kidding.
He celebrates Chinese Thanksgiving.
A lot of times I just don't feel like cooking.
It's a good enough reason.
Fair.
The thing is, in my case, 15 years ago, I climbed into a tractor trailer and pretty much said "screw you" to society as a whole. So
Yes, you're right. Society as a whole.
the thing is, the whole family get-together thing. I'm not available for that stuff most of the time.
Well, that's kind of sad.
Now, the year before last, I did actually smoke a turkey, and it was actually quite good.
I've tried smoking a turkey before, but you can never get a very good draw on them, can you?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to keep them lit too.
Yeah.
Apparently, seeing as this property is kind of, well, even the yard that is maintained is kind of big. They used to have a lot of get-togethers out here. Enough so that from front and back of the garage attic is lawn chairs. Like that, it is a lot of lawn chairs.
Admit
miss
it, you're still
family
finding beer
get-togethers.
cans too.
No, I
Okay.
haven't found any beer cans that.
Kegs.
Ooh,
I miss family get-togethers for the holidays. I kind of miss the
I
way
do
things
as well.
went down way back when family actually mattered.
Way back when there was actually I actually had a lot of family up here.
Yeah, pretty much.
Cousins, the uncles, and the aunts would all get together in in my Uncle Harry's house for Christmas and New Year's. It was fun.
Yeah.
I know my caretaker's family would still invite me to their stuff if I lived closer to them, but they're by Detroit and it's a fair bit away.
I know what you mean when you say caretaker, but it does make you sound like you think you're a school.
Fine, technically caregiver. I don't know why I have a weird thing that I
Right?
can't.
It's nothing. It's just it amuses me when you say it. I mean, that's just me. Don't take offense at it.
No, Trucker said it before, and I've actually tried to make sure I say caretaker. Or, God, I give up. I've tried.
I've never said anything over the whole caretaker caregiver thing.
No, someone did before. I don't remember who. Then,
I blame
It wasn't
Batman.
me. This is the first time I brought it up.
but yeah, for some reason I can't. I never. For some reason, my brain doesn't work right. Well, my brain.
Put it this way: it's not incorrect. It's somebody who took care of you.
But yeah, I do recognize that it's a weird thing, but I can't not stop it. Or
It's a difference in language and terminology. That's all.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Come on,
At
the
least-
most basic example, Thunder, is when you and I talk biscuit. You know, we're thinking about going to McDonald's, Hardee's, slice. You know, take that little sucker, slice it in half, throw a
Ooh.
piece of sausage on it. You got breakfast.
I
They
ain't
take
had-
cookies.
I want some biscuits and gravy now.
Yeah, I mean, at least you didn't call him your janitor.
Okay, Mandy, don't encourage his mom to scream ice cream.
The time to worry is when you hear his mum scream, "Here's Johnny!"
Well, if she's planning on going to work tomorrow, she's supposed to be in bed. So
Hold on. That just didn't. That just gave me the wrong kind of signals. She's supposed to be going to work tomorrow. She's in bed.
no, if she plans on going to work tomorrow, she's supposed to be in bed.
He was calling
So
your mom a
when she
hooker.
goes to work tomorrow, she's in bed. Right, fair enough. So she tests mattresses.
Oh,
No,
no,
she
I thought you were
sucks.
calling her a hooker, but all right, never mind. She's a mattress tester. All right, I got that one
That
wrong.
works too.
Great.
Big
Now I
Joe.
got this vision of her being the stress tester at your local Posturepedic.
Nice.
Wow.
She stocks shelves at Myers from 4 to 12:30.
Isn't that a tire place?
Myers?
Yeah.
Grocery store.
Oh.
Crap, I can never remember what department she works in because she moves every once in a while, but
Okay, well
I'll
up
take a shot in
here,
the dark.
Myers
I'll
is
take it.
car insurance and car tires.
I'll take a wild shot in the dark there, Thunder, and say she stocks food products.
she for a fair bit that she was her nickname was the cheese elf since she worked the cheese wall. And she's
Cheese
short.
elf.
Oh, that was a cheesy title.
Ding. Oh, I miss Eminem.
So
Where is my bell?
So what you're telling me is your mother is really elfy.
Apparently,
4
our
foot
Bella's
9.
in Tennessee. At some
But
kind of
she's really
concert.
cultured.
She's in the bloom of elf.
Yeah, I'm missing my
big,
Belle.
no, Big Joe.
Hey, but
that
but
was
she's
sit
trying-
down.
she's trying to be a good mom.
God damn it, trucker.
Yeah, I'm really starting to miss my Belle.
Yeah, well, I can't find mine. I do have one around here. Oh, there it is. Found it. Okay. It's too late to ring it, but okay.
Yeah, somebody had to crack a cheese pun, and Trucker had to breathe a one to do it.
That is one lame bell. That is like trying to use a cowbell for a hi-hat.
Well, that's because I basically also use my hand to mute it.
Why? In case it wakes your mother up. And that's it. Your mother's actually punch drunk, which is why you're muting the bell, because you ring it and she wakes up and thinks it's round 2.
Nope, she didn't come in.
All right, we're putting a wedge in this conversation.
Oh, dear God.
Oh, damn you.
Is there any news articles today? Please say yes.
I could find some. I didn't have time to find too much news, which is why I've just let it be shit talking.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was at a girly meetup with an actual friend who's also a turf.
An actual friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
See,
don't really have friends, so making one friend was like, yay, I made a friend. And she's like, want to come hang out with the rad femmes and the turfs? And I'm like, as long as it's not hazardous to my health. And I thought I was going to like get chased out with pitchforks and torches, and actually it didn't happen. And I was super happy about that.
You know, I kind of love. I do have to admit, I get a really big kick out of the fact that you're hanging out with a turf lesbian. There's something about that that just screams this should not be a thing.
Yeah, I can see this going down a dark path.
You know what? She's actually cooler than I thought she was gonna be.
Of course, because she's after your body.
Maybe.
She invited Blind Girl to go meet up and eat at the Y.
No,
Anyway.
we were at Starbucks, thank you. The very good,
Even worse.
intersectional coffee shop of Canada.
Yes, Starbucks is where you get radicalized to the SJW side.
Yeah. Actually, while I was talking about a high suicide rate among trans, a tranny walked by and was like, ah, and then kept going. I was like, that was it? Just a disgust? Really?
I would have yelled, hey, I can't help that. It's the truth.
No, I let it go because I was actually out with friends and they were females and they didn't hate me.
See, I would have been a wise ass and point and say, "What? Are you volunteering to be next?"
And sometimes I wish Yaniv would become a statistic. But anyways,
Yeah, what we need is t-shirts that read Jessica Yaniv is a man.
actually, I bought Blair White's shirt that says my pronouns are that bitch.
Guy once got asked what my pronouns are, and I said my pronouns are go away, stop bothering me.
Yeah. Well, I bought the shirt. My pronouns are that bitch. I want to like proudly wear that and hopefully not get beat up.
I prefer to go with no. I don't use pronouns. You have to use my whole name when speaking of me.
But yeah, she was actually like
Oh,
legitimately
God,
a normal person.
I just thought, sorry, I just thought what my pronouns should be. Yeah, my pronouns are my God, and it's full of stars.
And it was actually really cool not to be in an echo chamber either. I was like, all right, cool. I'm getting some new perspectives here. This would be cool. It actually turned out that they were just normal people, and I was like, wow, what an experience.
Yeah, most people are.
Eh.
Would you
Get rid of
expect them to come in? Would you expect them to show up with two heads?
Yes.
You get
Or
rid of the politics.
pitchforks.
And, so you get rid of the
Word.
politics. Most people are just ordinary people.
Or wearing their strap-ons on the outside? I mean, come on.
Like I said,
wearing them
I
with
thought I was
head
going to
ornament.
get pitchforked the fuck out of there. Especially
Well,
Well,
with
after
Sweat.
the strap-on, After the strap-on bit, I don't know if I should say this anymore. But hello, Inked and Pricked and Sockbat. How are you?
Hey, Sockbat.
Hello, gorgeous.
It was just really, really interesting because she introduced me and she goes, hi. She's like, this is my conservative friend, Blind Girl. And I was like waiting for them to like look at me in disgust. And actually, I was waiting for the yes. And actually, they were like, oh, sweet. No more echo chamber. And I'm like, that's exactly what I thought.
Use the token bitch now.
Yeah, probably. But you know what? I'm okay with being a token
I mean,
bitch.
technically with us,
Welcome back,
you
Scotty.
do make it not an echo chamber, seeing as you're the only like cheerful one around here.
Fair.
What? Wait, you saying I'm miserable or something? Sorry,
No.
tip.
Just every single one of us do know the fact that the world sucks and then you die.
It's not that bad.
Are you calling me an
I
asshole?
think sometimes the world can be a wonderful and truly beautiful place.
Only when
Thunder.
mankind isn't touching it.
Oh, and then I
Thunder, are
heard
you
something
calling
very...
me an asshole?
I heard something very cool
the
today,
shoe
too, by the
fits.
way. Is apparently Neil deGrasse Tyson is going to be on Ben Shapiro's Sunday special. And I'm like, a leftist and Ben Shapiro. I got to watch this. It's going to be amazing.
The
Realize
world
we're-
is what you make it to be.
You realize they're probably going to bring up the whole. I was looking for Pluto on this woman's tattoo.
Probably.
Oh yeah, that was like really weird.
Well, I feel like he's probably just an awkward person. He's a scientist. He's full of awkward.
Listen, if Pluto would behave itself, it would become a planet again.
Hey,
That's all I'm
Pluto
going
was
for.
big enough for your mom.
No, she went after Goofy.
No. She went after the Dallas Cowboys.
That too.
And the
Same time.
Redskins at the same time, hence the
Yeah.
whole origin of that rivalry. Anyway,
Wow.
Yeah, there's still missing players from that incident.
I need to make this clear. Did we just all call my mom a whore?
Yes.
no, horse charge.
They're all really just making fun of your mom. Feel free to slap them, Green.
I don't feel like it. It's all true.
Give it a couple of seconds, you'll be joining in.
Hey, we'll be.
Oh, I
let's
was
be fair.
joining in.
Let's be fair. At least your mom has better complexion than Batman's and my mother's. You know, I mean, both of our mothers. I mean, their complexion's just real ashy.
Yeah.
Come on, that's a date. Thank you.
Yeah, that was real deadpan humor.
Hmm. Come on, ding.
That is
Wait.
the most ridiculous ballad. I love it.
Should we tell Skittles his services are no longer required?
Yes, because I actually
No.
like that bell.
It's the
Considering
same.
Skills
It's
has broken
pretty
his
much
bell.
It's a cute
I
little
got
bell.
mine
It's
from-
like a ding. Just this cute little bell. I don't know why.
I
it's
got
just
mine from.
adorable.
It came from Dollar General, so
Well, it's an
$1.
adorable little bell. It's like this little mini bell of the bell world. It's cute.
it looks exactly the same as Skittles bells. That's the funny thing.
Yeah, Skittles'
Yeah.
services are no longer required.
You're just adding fuel to the fire that you and Skittles are actually the same person.
I'm
Oh,
for
that's
it.
true, isn't he?
Hmm.
I feel
I mean-
so bad for saying this because Skittles isn't here to well, M&M's not here to defend himself.
Usually the best time to do these kind of things.
Listen, if you're not talking behind someone's back, are they truly your friend?
Yes.
Especially if you're willing to say the same things to his face.
Oh, hell isn't getting recorded. You might actually watch it.
Alright, well, let's see
dude.
if I can find something decent.
50 miles an hour. We ain't doing that, dude.
I'm fascinated by Green's belongings. Green spandex, a bell, firearms, a cat, ice cream.
No. Technically, I don't own any firearms. It's all spring operated.
Wow.
Too much information.
Listen, that pellet rifle has one hell of a spring.
That's what you were on about, of course.
And he knows exactly what swamp to put your body in.
Yeah, funny enough, so do I.
I'm kind of worried. I'm kind of worried to have tempted to, just make a phone call to the local police just to see what they dredge up out of that damn swamp.
I don't go back there that often.
I know what one of the things that would be found in that swamp is the real green thunder.
What, you're implying that I've always been fake?
Yes.
Knew it.
Well, let's just say Donald Sutherland won't exactly point and screech at you.
Yeah, it will be the other way around.
Oh, also, another thing, I'm kind of out of ice cream at the moment. Well, there's only ice cream sandwiches left. And that's truly a shame.
Okay, then.
So apparently, Turkey's president warns of flooding Europe with Syrian refugees. By the way,
I mean, doesn't Europe want them?
Europe can have them. The UK doesn't want them.
Don't you have open borders? Or did you close them?
I don't know.
With a bit of luck, we'll be shutting them. With even more luck, we'll be giving Europe the Syrian refugees that we've got that aren't even from Syria.
Well, the problem is he's thumping his chest. He's like, I can kill them, or I can have Syria invade all of your countries with 3.6 million of them.
We need to go to Big Joel's house. He has Rocky Rolled. Sorry.
I think I got Butter Brickle at my house.
Which one of you two is closer to me?
So,
The
yeah.
problem is, whose house can you approach without getting shot?
Yeah, I'm kind of anti getting shot. I have enough holes in me, thank you.
Wow. I mean, not getting shot would be good.
I'm not sure if there's anyone that is pro getting shot.
Right in the head, please.
Well, I mean,
Well, then
See-
you'd have to have a closed casket.
Oh, well.
Then again, there's certain things that if things go wrong, it's not your problem anymore.
Pretty much.
And this stream is starting to die.
Yep.
I did attempt to talk
Has it-
about turkey.
Oh yeah, like white meat or dark meat?
Nice one.
Wow.
Ooh, that is
Istanbul
something.
was Constantinople. That was Istanbul, and Constantinople a long time gone. Constantinople. Anyway,
Why did Constantinople get the works? That's nobody's business but the Turks.
I don't know. I still kind of feel kind of shitty about the fact that Turkey is kind of invading Syria.
Yeah, I feel bad about it, but none of my business. So
Yeah.
unfortunately, there was no winning solution for the U.S. But the big dirty secret is when they were sitting there talking about Trump's going to withdraw the troops. Well, the news down here is making it sound like he's clearing out entire military bases down there. Problem was, it was like what 50 soldiers he pulled out. That was it.
Yep.
But the thing
Unfortunately,
is,
there
this
weren't
whole-
that many
this-
left, anyways.
The thing is, this whole Kurdish and Turkey thing, it's a lose-lose for the U.S. because the Kurds are allies for fighting against ISIS. Turkey is NATO, so
It's a
there
bad,
is. Yeah, it's a bad thing all around. There is no winning place for the U.S.
it's
No,
a
there
bad
isn't.
situation, and it's just getting Syria and Syria.
Hush, Turkey.
Wow.
Oh,
Oh, come on, really? That one just went over your head? Thunder? Thank you.
it took me a second. Also, I'm playing with my neodymium magnets as usual. Leave me alone.
no.
Oh,
I have a sharp stick I want to prod you with.
between that and at this point, considering what Bush did to him and Clinton did to him, and what Obama did to him by rumor, at this point the Kurds are used to getting their back stabbed by the U.S. So
The Kurds used to get the backstabbed by just about everybody,
yeah.
even the other Kurds.
That doesn't make it a good thing.
No, it just makes it a national pastime.
hmm
And I mean, technically, when America and Canada started pulling out of Iraq is when ISIS moved in. So a lot of people are wondering if we're going to pull out of Syria, you just have to go right back in there.
Yeah, I'm still going with. Listen, we don't need to go back in there. We just need to make it uninhabitable towards humans. The
It
wildlife
already is.
tend to be fine.
It already is. It's the Middle East.
Fair point.
I
A
will
little
say
radiation never killed anyone, except Madame Curie.
I will say I kind of like Trump's position on this, where he just pulling them out. Y'all kill each other, not our problem.
Mm.
Oh yes, the Bush picture that I was asking Green Thunder if you recognise the former president from. If you wouldn't mind so much, blind girl.
You know, it's poor taste to be showing us things that the audience can't see.
Right, I thought the audience could see them.
No.
My God, Batman, put that away.
Is that the one you're on about there, Green Thunder?
1 second. That is a great image.
My apologies for the people that cannot see said image.
thought the
Seriously,
Picture of Tarzan, Jane. I can't remember the boy's
Boy.
name, and Cheetah.
Boy,
you need to throw a meme section so we can put these pictures onto the Discord.
the chord of dis.
Discord?
Yeah, Discord, as opposed to Datacord. Ooh, wait, Datacord. Isn't that an Ethernet cable?
I do not know. Half
you
the
need a
time I
code to
just do
string
not
you
know.
up with.
Sometimes I wonder if I even want to know.
You don't know
Uh,
what an Ethernet cord is?
Yes, an Ethernet cord, yes.
it's usually called a cable.
A data
Well-
cord or data cable can imply anything from a USB to a serial port to a parallel port to
Mhm.
Ethernet.
Ooh,
As long
so
as
many pins.
it's made for anything to generically call a data cord would be anything to transfer that its primary purpose is to transfer data from point A to point B, not provide electricity.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, so a real life friend of mine caught one of these streams one time, and he asked me a weird question.
Okay.
He asked me, how the hell did I get involved in a situation where I was the mature one?
I'm claiming not my fault.
Definitely your fault.
No, not my fault. It's not my fault I'm like this. Paint shouldn't make me
And
thirsty.
apparently, Zach Osborne thinks Sinatra just got copyright claimed.
Oh, damn.
My
Who was
shock.
it?
Well, he was
maybe
doing
fine.
he was a town hall of something about LGBT.
Sounds about right.
And the thumbnail is not, so it's probably CNN who got him. CNN or MSNBC.
I am going to have to be right back while I go grab drink.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
Well, and I thought it was what's his face that he was using clips from for his last video, and I can't remember what it was because I wasn't even really
Tucker?
listening. No, it wasn't Tucker. Honestly, I can't fucking remember. Sinatra, usually I use him as background noise when I'm trying to do other things.
Me?
No. God, that's gross. Yeah, do you know, Zach Osborne, what video it was? I was just wondering if Zach Osborne knew which, where he got copyright. I use him as a nightlight when the wife tries to make a move on me. It was his, okay, so LBGT live stream. Interestingly enough, apparently, some of the LGBTs in Canada are trying to make a movement to remove the T from LGBTQ. They made t-shirts for LGBTQs, and they're just gonna turf the T out of there. Like somehow that makes, you know, everything just go away. I'm like, okay. They're like, yeah, you want to help us turf the T? And I'm like, no, thank you.
If they really want to go for that, how about we say, okay, get rid of the T's as long as you get rid of the Q's as well. Because the Q there is just kind of redundant.
It is. I think the Q is so people like Riley Dennis, who are actually straight white males, can pretend to be lesbians.
Hello, Owen.
Isn't that like trans queer? Isn't that what they do? When they say they're queer, they usually mean they're trans lesbian or they're trans gay, even though they started out as, you know.
It's one more tick for the victim status is what it is.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know. It all confuses me.
But yeah, so like it's redundant unless you want to do like mental gymnastics from hell. And then
Okay.
somehow it works. I actually had it explained to me today because I kind of asked the same kind of question of just what's with the fucking queer thing, and they explained why somehow it works, but I still just didn't get it and drank my Starbucks quietly while secretly going, "Please don't rape me."
Okay.
They were all lesbians, most of them. So they were LGBTQ, but they were also rad femme turfs. I was just like, please don't hit on me.
See, in a case like that, I would just sit there and say, okay, they're feminists. They have vaginas. Either take a penis or rub it against another vagina. Have fun. Blast off, you know.
I really don't care what you do in private with consenting adults. It's none of my business.
And I will say, I am still trying to just wrap my head around that whole. I am still just trying to wrap my head around that whole turf lesbian thing.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
Apparently, they're wait. How likely would they like a chick with a dick? Like legitimately chick with dick.
I
The whole
have
term
no idea.
turf would mean absolutely none, because a chick with the dick is trans.
Yeah, and they're trans exclusionary radical feminists.
Well, I guess before trans, they'd be. Well, if you're born that way, I guess you'd be hermaphrodite.
I don't know.
But
and then they had this theory
it's
that
rare.
more conservatives are radical feminists than they think, and I went, no. And there was a little weight and a hint there, like more conservatives are radical feminists. You know, they just don't know it. And I'm like, no.
No.
Maybe that's not that far of a stretch, considering how severely off base feminism has become, to where the ones with a lick of sense in their head is the radicals.
Fair.
Well, I'll say this: if Blind Girl was a radical femme, would that make us technically kind of a beard, or what would you call that?
I don't know.
I don't think a radical feminist would stream with a bunch of guys.
No, they would, because the radical feminists are basically rational feminists that have been kicked out of the feminist groups. I think technically Lacey Green would be classed as a rad femme.
Well, that just is confusing. Y'all need to stop being confusing.
They're women. They can't help it.
Yeah, fair.
True.
You know, the worst part is when it comes to Lacey Green, some of her ideas may be bonkers, but she seems like she'd be a really sweet girl to be friends with.
Yes, agreed. She's not insufferable.
In her earlier days, that was probably not the case, because she said she did take delight in her college days of deliberately destroying other people's relationships.
Okay, but she's not in college
anymore. Well, that's
because
I think that's more because she's a recovering Mormon.
Yeah, I was going to say, but then again, we all have done shitty things in our past.
Yep. Pat can tell you about that one.
Elwyn, there is a such thing as a femcel.
A femcel?
You've never heard of this? You know what an incel is, right?
Somewhat, yes.
Same thing, except for incels are guys, femcels are female incel.
Okay, I learned something new, and I wasn't with the feminists when I did it. Wow.
I would really have to assume that there is a very notable difference between the amount of incels and the amount of femcels as far as sheer numbers.
I am going to have to agree.
But what about stem cells?
I've lost all mine, I think. I don't know.
Ding.
I'll have to recount.
Have you checked underneath the sofa?
No, I did laundry today, so the rag went in the wash.
Suck bad. We need to ditch a lot of these labels. I agree. I just found it a very interestingly unique experience today. It was like I was going across enemy lines to hang out with people I've never talked to before and would never understand again.
Oh, let's be blunt. Let's be blunt and honest. You were considering crossing enemy lines by going into a Starbucks.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. It was actually really hard for me to order. I walked in and I'm like, I'd like a large double, and they're like, we don't have that on our menu. I'm like, big coffee, 2 cream and 2 sugar, and they're like, okay. I'm like, god damn.
How many ounces is that coffee?
Whatever their big cup was. And it was like
It's kind of funny.
$5.
It's kind of funny. What is they got a large grande and venti, or something?
I don't fucking know.
Two out of their 3 sizes are large in other languages.
Hopefully
The only one that doesn't actually mean large is venti, and that's 20. So congratulations if you actually try to sit there and play that game of Starbucks. You're now illiterate in 3 different languages.
Yeah, well, at some point, the manager came over and went, she's blind, you gotta help her out with the menu. And she goes, oh, I'm so sorry for oppressing you. And I'm like, just give me the fucking coffee. Goddamn. Like, this actually happened. I didn't believe that these things happened in real life. They do. They actually happen in real life. Because as I'm trying to say, I just want a big coffee, the barista can't figure out why I just won't look at the fucking menu and use the fucking menu options. And that's when the manager came up and went, she's blind. And she actually said, I'm sorry for oppressing you. And I'm like, what? You...
To be perfectly honest, if I was ordering coffee at Starbucks, I'd be like, yo, give me a medium. Like, we don't have that. I'm like, fuck you, give me a medium.
Well, I was just like, just big coffee, 2 cream, 2 sugar. Just, you know, and I guess it was like, it was fighting words to use large double, because that's what you order at Tim Hortons. Even though you also ordered that at McDonald's.
Starbucks, the last time I went to Starbucks, it was with my first wife. And they're like, she's like, well, give me this and that and the other thing with mocha, soy, flip, flap, frat, all this mess. They look at me. It's like, what can we get you, sir? Large coffee. What kind? Coffee. Would you like any kind of flavoring? Coffee flavored. Okay, what would you like in that? I would like coffee in it. Well, black, blonde, this, that, and the other thing. It got to the point where I had to sit and say, take a cup, take some coffee beans, grind them up, pour hot water over it, catch that hot water in the cup, and give me the cup.
Yep. Actually, funnily enough, they put the lid on for me, whereas my Big L friend had to put her own lid on. Because I'm blind, so I needed them to put the lid on my cup. And then, just to be a dick, I thanked them for the single-use plastic. And she's like, are you one of the girls was like, are you conservatives just incapable of trying to stir the shit? I'm like, yeah, pretty much.
No, actually quite good at it.
Yeah, it's like, did you have to say thank you for the single-use plastic? Like, are you just incapable of not stirring the shit? And I'm like, yeah, pretty much.
With you, I've never seen you not stir shit.
I was gonna say, I don't think that's a conservative thing. I think that's a use.
I thought I'd seen her not stir the shit, but it turned out her microphone was muted.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing that I do. I also apparently use a lot of microaggressions when I talk.
You think?
Micro.
Yeah, well, because
Microaggressions are what happens when Ant-Man's fighting with the Wasp.
Exactly.
no, okay, so apparently my crimes against microaggressions are I talk with my hands, and I'm very, I'm very expressive when I'm talking, and I use my hands a lot, and I make a lot of facial expression, and I'm very expressive, and they notice.
What with you being blind, to talk with your hands is probably quite dangerous to people near you.
Probably. I'm not gonna lie. Some of them chose to sit a little further back from me at some point in the conversation. Yeah, that was that was also an experience. It was very challenging for me to not just burst out laughing. And I'm like, this won't go well if they think I'm laughing at them. Plus, they were really nice. Like I said, all in all, I'm kind of surprised with the general experience of talking to people that I don't necessarily agree with.
I think I do know the wrong thing to have said in that situation is, what, do I smell something? Why you all scoot away?
Oh, yeah, usually when I say that it's am I radioactive or something, but yeah. Just in case.
That's when you make the smartest comment and say, you know why the Canadian boy went to Holland, right? He wants to stick his finger in a dike.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry.
Ding.
No, I was gonna say that was a very wrong joke, but appreciate the ding.
I couldn't resist. Also, cat knocked over the bell, so it took me a second to find. Stupid cat.
Yeah, this is what happens when it's just a casual Thursday stream.
Why did you say that in a cadence as if you were reading it?
Or bored.
I don't know. I guess because I have no excuse for myself. Chloe? Seriously?
Excuse me.
Anybody want a cat in chat? I will mail her to you.
What good would it be to have a cat in chat? They can't type.
I will mail the cat to you guys.
Did she say
I think that's legal.
You know what? Elowen's closest, so that's probably the most, likelihood that she's going to survive. Like Homer when he was selling knives for oh, God. Matter of fact, Green would do that scene perfectly.
My cat's done it again. He's sitting there, with his back straight, cleaning himself, with his paws like right up, forepaws right up. And he's just given me that look at it. You want this, don't you? You want it.
I feel Green. You remember you remember The Simpsons?
I watched very little of it.
Okay, well there was a scene where he was selling knives, and like a granny opens the door and she grabs it and she goes and it goes handle first.
Oh yeah, you always give handle first.
Yeah.
I can actually picture Green. Yeah, Green. I can picture you being like a perfect actor for that scene. Just handle first.
Hold on. Which one, though? The crazy old lady or Homer?
Homer. The crazy old lady would be his mom.
Good point.
True.
Are you talking about the lady that opens the door and starts throwing cats?
No, she's the one that grabs the knife by the blade first.
No, that is Phantom's aunt that lives upstairs from him. Seriously, she has like 20 or 30 cats.
And I think that is the same character, yes, the crazy old cat lady.
Yeah. It's Green's mom again, isn't it?
Probably. All right, Elowen, I'm going to send you the cat in a box. Same day shipping. You can have
So
the fucking cat.
did it just strike me, or did it strike anybody else? You got it. Did it just strike me, or did it strike anybody else that Batman's impression of the crazy cat lady would be the same if he was trying to impersonate the Tasmanian devil?
With basically the same voice.
Okay, she wasn't the crazy cat lady, but apparently the reason why my brother made that reference is because I'm animated when I talk, and he says he's in the scene he was talking with his hands while swinging the knife around while he was talking to her.
I know what you meant when you said that, Blind Girl, but for a weird reason, when you said that you're animated when you talk, I had an impression of you walking into a room, start talking, then transform it to the one-assisted dot.
Okay.
I get to say this. I really love Animaniacs. That's why there is always a piece of bologna in my slacks.
Animaniacs is pretty awesome.
Yes, and it's also why you have an LP of Bill Clinton playing the sax.
I lost that. Damn.
Chloe, stop it.
Penis.
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 Penis. Penis.
I actually have a video of her shaking her ass when you say penis.
Penis. Penis.
Penis.
I sent it to M&M because he was turning my cat on, and he was rather enjoying it, which is kind of creepy.
M&M is kind of freaky.
Yeah, he is. Shit, there's a black guy going down the road.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, the opinions expressed on the Blind Trucking podcast do not necessarily reflect that of the Pumpkin Trucker. Thank you. And in this case, they sure as hell don't.
They might represent the opinions of everybody else, though.
Man, what are the cops at my building for?
I still like to go with I don't know these people. I'm just here for cake. Or they promised me cake. Also, Portal is a great game, don't you think?
Yes,
No.
it is.
So did you hear the latest thing out of your human rights tribunal people?
No, what happened?
I caught a video. I figured you probably would have known about it. Something about somebody filled out an application and lied on the application, and it caused them to say, "Okay, we're not going to hire you because of what you said on your application."
Yes, I have heard this, but I
So-
haven't heard the full story.
I don't know what they lied about, but it was something about they lied about something on the application.
They lied
And they
about
were
being a
not
Canadian
hired.
citizen.
All right, and then when they said, no, you're not being hired because of it, they brought him before the tribunal and won.
Yes, they won. We talked about that today, actually, at Starbucks. And I
She's gonna
found
see a
common ground
barbecue.
when I said abolish the Human Rights Tribunal, and they actually agreed with me, and I was like, wait, what?
You want to tell them that they're not actually feminists, but they're all conservatives.
No, I choose life.
All right, so side note, Crappy, where are you? Are you back yet?
So getting off at the 221.
Hold on, did you just say you're getting off?
Yeah, he did, and
Yep.
he's doing it on my stream,
How did
too.
I beat you back?
Huh?
How did I beat you back?
I don't know. Well, I had to stop and get fuel.
I stopped on the way up. H-I-J. I
Okay.
went a step too far. Son of a bitch.
Well, I've got my Twitter account limited for 12 hours.
Oh.
What did you do?
Well, I suggested that John Bercow, the Speaker for the House of Commons, should be hung, drawn, and quartered.
Oh, good job.
People say worse things about Trump than that and don't get anything.
Where are you supposed to find 4 wild horses these days? Seriously.
What?
Don't you quarter people with 4 wild horses?
No. You cut their stomach into a quarter and you pull out the insides.
Oh, I thought that was the pulling them apart one horse
No.
per limb.
No, because they're supposed to last up to a week for this torture.
Nice. Ooh, Death of a Thousand Cuts is also good.
How many wild horses you want?
I have
Well,
Chincoteague Island's full of them.
yeah, what about just mildly irate horses?
Yeah.
Crappy, technically they're not wild horses. Technically,
Shut up.
Chincoteagues.
Yeah, the feral
They're
aren't
just-
they?
Yeah, they're just feral.
Yeah. Well,
Yep.
Isn't that wild?
Although
Feral.
remember a couple months ago, Blind Girl showed a video of a guy who decided to walk up and pet one of them, so the horse kicked him right in the junk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you sure that
He
was me?
Did he walk up behind the horse? I take it.
No, he walked up to the side, but the big rule there is never touch the horses.
Yeah.
The horses there are feral. They do not like to be touched ever. So
Well, he learned a
Okay, I
lesson,
mean-
didn't he?
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
He also learned that he will never ever have children.
I don't think he has any genital left.
But yeah, basically this guy, he was a migrant in a sanctuary city, I believe, and he was going for employment, and he lied and said he's a Canadian citizen, and they found out he wasn't, and he went, discrimination! And the Human Rights Tribunal awarded him favor.
Sanctuary city.
So
Yeah.
anytime someone says sanctuary, I just think of the bells ringing. Sanctuary!
I think of Logan's Run.
Yeah, the TERFs actually brought that up today. I was quite surprised by their answer when I said fuck the human rights, and they went, yeah, I agree, and I went, wait, what?
Wait, there's Logan's Run, Batman. There are old people. I've seen them.
We are them.
Yeah, the sad part is we're right. And Blind Girl's almost one too.
Yep.
Nah.
No,
She's
wait,
very-
Blind Girl is one in that movie. For Logan's Run, she is one, isn't she? Because
Yeah.
it was 30. It was 30, wasn't it?
It was
Oh,
30.
crap.
The
Yep.
crystal on your palm turned black at 30, and you had to go for a renewal.
So
Yeah,
everybody
That's-
on here would be gone.
Yep.
Except
I've
for
got a
Steve.
year to go.
We'll take you now anyway, part of the group.
Yeah.
Yeah, might as well. I'm for it.
Interesting.
Yeah, Sanctuary and Carousel.
Yep.
Yeah, we really got to stop that sanctuary city
That was,
nonsense.
that was actually a good show. It was a good film
Movie.
as well.
Yeah, it was.
It was a show as well. It
Yeah.
only lasted one season though.
Remember the girl Jessica on there?
Yeah. Which one? The TV show or the movie?
Movie. The TV show.
Heather Mendes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's who my oldest daughter is named after.
Is it?
My wife loved that show.
Yeah, she
the
was
hell?
married to
What the hell? I
Robert
named my
Urich,
son after,
I believe.
and I named my son after a goddamn Klingon. What the hell?
Well, so he's called Kang.
No, his name's Lucas Alexander.
Ah.
Lieutenant
Well,
Worf's son.
Yeah, that was my second guess. You named your son Worf.
My dog was Worf, mostly because his collar was too big when he was a puppy, so it was more of a sash.
Okay.
Sometimes, Great Thunder, I believe you open your mouth and it turns your brain off, doesn't it?
Wait, was my brain ever supposed to be on?
Hopefully.
Nah.
Hopefully. I mean, I guess not. I mean, I guess blind tracking wouldn't be as fun if it was, but
Listen, I am just smart enough not to get myself killed or seriously injured. I'm fine with this.
I love how you had to go or.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I probably shouldn't be surprised anymore, but, yeah. I know. Interestingly enough, none of the political parties except for PPC have talked about the Human Rights Tribunal and what they're going to do with it.
So, Trucker, your kid's, what, 3 now?
2.
Oh, so I don't think he's speaking any language, blind girl, or, not, crap, Mandy. Yeah,
He
Mandy
speaks,
asked
he speaks gibberish.
close enough to Klingon.
Gibberish is a good language.
Mhm. Apparently, it's the modern language, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think Klingon actually enough people have learned Klingon for it to count as a language.
It is a language. It's a synthetic language. They actually made an entire language up.
Yeah.
Was it Futurama did 3 different written languages? So TV shows.
Klingon is an actual spoken language, but it's a synthetic language.
Aren't you supposed to be asleep? Not my fault.
What's that damn bell?
It made me deaf, you know.
Thunder's mother is Quasimodo.
No, she's
Confirmed. The bells! The bells!
Nah, she can't be. She's a woman. She's Quasi Mildred.
She could be trans. Actually, did you hear? Apparently, there's a new support group for previously trans teenagers that in adulthood are trying to detransition back.
Yes.
Yeah, that basically means people who thought it was trendy to be transgendered when they were teenagers and then realised they've made a horrible mistake later in life.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a whole charity about it now, and nobody's really talking about it much. That where it really matters because they don't want to admit that they fucked up.
Because if you bring it up, you're automatically labeled anti-trans.
Isn't there actually, isn't the leader of this group somebody who did this, who's pretty much did the same thing?
Yes.
It's usually the case.
Yeah, the leader of this group basically said, I want to detransition, and they're like, how much support did you get from the alphabet community when you detransitioned? She's like, none.
Probably a lot of hate.
And I'm like, interesting question to ask. You're a brave journalist, dear. It's a very interesting question to actually ask.
Problem is, when it comes to a lot of groups like that, I've noticed, they always start saying with the stop hating us shtick, but then they end up learning to hate others instead.
Yep. No hate, man.
So any of these quote unquote anti-hate groups can easily be said to be called hate groups on their own.
Yes. I could agree with that statement.
I know that Southern Poverty Law Center hates logic, seeing as they say everything's a hate symbol.
Including bowl cuts.
And the okay sign.
I remember when bowl cuts used to be just a cheap way to cut your son's hair.
Yep.
You know, I'm willing to bet. I'm still willing to bet those 4chan users that started that whole OK symbol thing, when they heard about the Southern Poverty Law Center and Anti-Defamation League doing this, they're probably sitting there at this point just going, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Yeah.
Well, I can actually remember. I forget the name. That stupid black woman there, YouTuber. who reckon that white people ripped off black hair from black people because there's an island of Africa where the native population, some of them, have blonde hair.
Here's the question. I legitimately saw someone say that if you have curly hair as a white person, that is you culturally appropriating black person hair. You need to stop curling your hair. I'm like, bitch, what are you on about? I don't do anything to my hair and it poofs out. I grow an afro.
It's not unheard of, and it's not uncommon for white people to have curly hair.
Yeah, it's called we crossbred with a bunch of people.
It's not even that. It's just some people have curly hair. It's just a thing.
Also, real fast, Mandy, check your Discord.
I got that nice wavy hair.
Yeah, I've got
Okay,
wavy hair as well. It's waving goodbye to my skull.
Yeah, pretty much. I was about ready to say that.
Okay.
Good interjection there. You better go and check your pants, Thunder.
Huh?
Mandy's gonna go check her Discord, and Green's gonna go check his pants.
Mm-hmm. Who?
What?
Mandy has to check her Discord, and Green always has to check his pants.
Yep.
No, my pants are fine.
Oh, that's good.
It's the
They're made
poo
of
that's
rubber.
in them that he has. It's the poo that's in them that he has to worry about.
It's all right. That's what the diaper's for.
Someone once asked me boxers and briefs. My answer is always depends.
No, your answer's always diapers.
No,
That's what I
that's
said.
what he just said. Depends.
Depends are I guess that doesn't transmit.
Ah, right. So
Depends
it's
are a brand of diapers.
Right.
Ding.
Ding yourself.
That's like that gag about was an old lady's crotch taste like? Depends.
Yeah. Green, ding yourself.
Yeah, no one heard your ding.
No. Am I too far away from it?
What's pink and wrinkled? Pink and wrinkled and hangs out of young lad's trousers.
I don't
know.
His grandmother on wash day.
How can you tell a blind man in a nudist colony?
What?
How can you tell the blind man in a nudist colony?
I think I'm going to find out.
It's not hard.
That little mini bell is just hilarious.
How can you tell a gay man at a nudist colony? Not hard either.
Well, wouldn't he be hard because of freaking dudes?
No, because it's a female nudist colony.
Damn. I think there is legitimately a nudist colony in or a nude beach. I think it's around New Haven, Michigan.
Did you hear about that eunuch who won the No Balls Peace Prize?
A eunuch?
Yeah, he won the No Balls Peace Prize.
For what? Cutting off his junk?
See, Thunder got it.
He said the No Balls Peace Prize.
Oh, okay, right. I should have got that. My bad.
So, fun fact about the Nobel Peace Prize. You know why it was started?
The
You
guy
didn't
who
have
invented
a bell?
dynamite started it.
Yeah.
He started it after his brother got in a dynamite accident, and the paper accidentally printed both him and his brother's obituary, and his obituary was, "Yay, the Merchant of Death is dead." So he's like, "Shit. Well, I guess I gotta do something good with my life." So
That's
I'm
the
not
thing.
celebrated. And
He was called the Merchant of Death, and all of his inventions were turned into weapons. But he honestly wanted to make the world a better place where there was less war, preferably no war. One of the reasons why he started the Nobel Peace Prize.
yeah, technically dynamite. They its proper use is blowing holes in mountains.
Yep.
Just
It
like
could be worse, I suppose. At least he didn't come up with that whole, he didn't sit and make that speech like the dude that made it, the dude who did the A-bomb came up with, I am become death.
that is actually out of the Quran, I believe.
No, it's not the Quran. It's the I'm forgetting it. It's the Hindu holy texts.
I have become death, destroyer of worlds.
Yep.
And
That
the
got
guy,
dark really fast.
the guy,
So
Yes,
the guy,
Oppenheimer.
and that's the thing. The guy who made the A-bomb said it, so
yeah, it's
that's how I know it.
Mm.
Yeah, Oppenheimer.
Who made the F-bomb?
Green Thunder.
No, it was before my time.
Well, you made an F-bomb quite recently because we're still talking about it.
I don't know. Could you make a fusion reaction bomb? I want that to be a thing now. It would.
Yeah, it would have to be a very rapid fusion reaction, which would release an inordinate amount of energy.
Okay, for the record, I was just kidding about the F-bomb.
You've started this. I think the closest we've got is we know how to kick off a reaction, but it still takes more energy than it does produce. But we figured out how to make it like stable to where it's contained.
Japan's
What?
about to get hit by a typhoon. I mean, they're always about to get hit by a typhoon, but yeah, Japan's going to get hit by a typhoon.
Okay.
Oh no! I'm gonna get hit by a typhoon!
Hello,
Red
Red
Feather.
Feather. But yeah,
Crappy, I see you.
He's not here anymore.
Oh.
Now that you see him, you can ask him why he's not here
Well,
anymore.
he's not here. He's over there. I see him.
Yeah, well, you can yell and be like, dude,
so
fuck.
someone who I wanted to be here, I may have sent the StreamYards to Mandy.
Oh,
You monster.
But Mandy, I would go with a neutron bomb for the N bomb, and I think that would have to come from harvesting a star. I don't know how that would exactly work.
No, we've already got neutron bombs. They produce neutron radiation, which kills people but leaves buildings standing.
Nice. Get rid of the problem.
I think it'd be more fun, yeah. It doesn't harm the people, but it disintegrates the buildings.
Oh, well, the buildings are the good part.
No, just imagine it. You use it on a city like New York, right? Destroys all the buildings. There's people on like the 40th floor. Yeah, suddenly, what the fuck? Oh,
that would suck. You're just in the bathtub. All of a sudden, you're just falling.
Yeah.
this is
That's
why I
not
don't do
Mr.
low-key streams very often, because they just go very interestingly sideways.
Or even better, a bomb that just softens the buildings. So that, they don't crumble to the ground. They just slowly sag down.
Oh, they had that in your on the Eureka TV show. Like, someone had mucked about with alchemy turning lead into gold, but it kind of infected the entirety of the infrastructure, turning metal into gold, which then turned to rust and like highly rusted metal. And turning the building's infrastructure into gold is not a good idea. Gold sucks.
As a building material, yeah.
Apparently, as a toilet, it's fine, though.
No, it's probably. I think if you sat on a solid gold toilet, the toilet would bend.
No, it wouldn't.
Unless it's alloyed with.
Not if it's a solid gold toilet. It could easily take your weight.
Well, solid gold is as soft as lead.
Yes, and lead could easily take your weight.
Depends on what thickness.
A solid lead toilet could easily take your weight.
I suppose it depends on how obese you are.
Well, if it was Tess Holiday, it'd be crushed like a bloody Coke can underfoot, wouldn't it?
All of a sudden, it's not a solid gold toilet. It is gold leaf.
Do you know how thin gold leaf is?
Yes.
You're talking about a toilet made out of gold foil.
No, it wasn't gold foil before, but after Tess Holiday sat on it, it is now.
And now we've moved to fat shaming, ladies and gentlemen. We are a tolerant bunch.
No.
Listen, I'm no longer fat. I'm under 200 pounds. I'm just now chubby.
Yeah, he's under 200 pounds if he's on the moon.
No, I weighed myself in the bathroom the other day, although I might have gained that back.
Yep,
Oh,
we are
okay.
a tolerant bunch, ladies and gentlemen. Fat shaming all the while. Just, we're good at that.
Yeah, seriously, I mean, obesity is a problem both health-wise and social. I mean, health-wise, you get your back trouble, knee trouble, circulatory trouble, heart trouble, respiratory trouble. Yeah, you get harpooned.
Harpooned?
Yeah.
Dude, Whalers used to be a big issue for me when I was 210 pounds. Actually, no, I topped 220 at one point.
So Batman's real name is Ishmael. Gotcha.
God, this
No,
is
you can
starting to
call-
turn into
no,
like
but you
Sick
can call me
stream.
that.
Sir Sick will do some, talking about weight and stuff.
Ooh, do you think he'll do my Monday thing?
I do. No, probably not, actually. Sick hates going on other people's streams.
Well, it's being one-on-one.
Yeah, he doesn't do other people's streams.
And he's
Okay.
got a real job.
Let's see. Sockbat. That'd kill most... that'd still kill most of the people. I'm assuming he's talking about the bomb thing. And yeah, Sick doesn't do other people's streams. He just freaks the fuck out. He freaked the fuck
Okay.
out when I was on his stream, for God's sakes.
If it's going to make him uncomfortable, then no
yeah,
problem.
He'll just back away slowly and go, back to being Sir Sick. I'm surprised at all he was able to tolerate doing anything with Bearing. Well, yeah, because, Bearing, he's a pretty big YouTuber. I'm actually surprised he was able to joint stream with him with his anxiety. I'm kind of amazed he was actually able to do that.
I think if I managed to pull Bearing in between getting the bombs, I'd have to call him a bitch for being afraid of a spider.
He's Australian.
They all want to kill you in Australia.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'd do with Australian spiders. I think because I can't see how huge they are, I'd be okay. I amazingly killed a bug today, though. There's a bug on the table, and I could hear it buzzing, and they're like, "Are you sure you're blind?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I can just fucking hear it." And they're like, "Seriously?" And I'm like, "Seriously?" Yeah.
Well, everything wanting to kill you in Australia is a good excuse, but... Freaking...
Yeah, everything in Australia wants to kill you. Even the Chihuahuas.
Chihuahuas just want to kill everything. They're like pure hatred.
Yeah, pretty much. They're not even a real dog.
That's right, the badly deformed cats.
Yeah, pretty much.
Listen, if it weighs less than my cat, it's not a dog. I
yeah,
love my
pretty
20
much.
cat.
I agree with this statement. I hate little dogs. They're terrible.
Depends on the little dog. I've known some quite decent little dogs. I've known some quite shitty little dogs.
I don't
I've
know any
managed
shitty
to.
little
I once
ones.
managed to. First day on this paper round, Sign on one house I've got delivered to saying beware of the dog. Went in, Yorkshire Terrier comes out. You know what they're like.
Yeah, they're basically the dog version of a Scotsman.
Yeah, I managed to hook my foot underneath it and send it flying over the garden hedge.
Yeah, it sounds like the little bitch dog that it is.
Yeah. Following morning, went in to deliver the paper again. It comes out the dog flap again. Sees me again. I.
That would have happened even if you didn't kick it, Batman. Come on now.
Possibly. There could be vicious little things, until they get caught.
And that's why I don't know any shitty little dogs, because they avoid me like the plague as well. I have a bad habit of running them over with my blonde stick.
I still think you're Daredevil.
You know what?
You've made our sense, haven't you?
You know what? The Daredevil has become trans, and I'm a female, sir. Thank you.
The neighbors of my foster parents up north cabin, they had 2 dogs. They would bark and not really let you in. But once you all got in, sat down, my foster parents and them would talk for a while. When we went to leave, the dogs wouldn't let you leave either.
Yeah, little dogs have Napoleon complex.
Yeah, and Red Feather One is wrong. She says dogs can sense evil. Not true. Like I said, many evil people truly evil people have owned dogs that were loyal and faithful and loved
Yeah, like my dad.
them. Adolf Hitler, for instance.
Or that guy. But
Seriously?
before my dad. My dad owned a dog, and he was pretty
Hitler.
evil, so...
Elwyn, Hitler had 2 dogs.
They were probably
Everybody's
bitchy little ankle biters, too.
No, they were German Shepherds.
Okay, makes sense.
My favorite thing is asking Pumpkin's back. Asking people, why they didn't give the guy who killed Hitler like a medal. Sometimes people don't know.
It would have to be posthumous.
That too.
No one. Elwyn. I was waiting for that comment, actually.
Why did that remind me of a movie from the 80s?
Is your old?
What?
It was a Dan Aykroyd and Dom DeLuise movie of all things called Loose Cannon. Where Dan Aykroyd was a cop that if he got really stressed, he would turn into cartoon characters. And everybody was running around looking for a stag reel because apparently somebody spliced film of Hitler killing himself into this stag reel of all things.
I still like Dan Aykroyd in Dragnet. Well, till later on, I'm going to see Connie Swales. Don't you mean the Virgin Connie Swales?
Dum.
Anytime I hear about a movie that just sounds bad, I immediately turn to that one movie Whoopi Goldberg does not like admitting that she was in.
Jack Flash.
No, surprisingly, it's the one with the detective dinosaur.
The what?
Huh?
I'm looking this up now. Yeah, there was like a dinosaur detective. I can't remember the name of it.
Like the way Whoopi Goldberg goes on now, I highly suspect she can't remember what films she used to be in.
Well, I hate to say it. There was actually a movie that was Whoopi Goldberg and Ted Danson of all things. And I'm thinking these days Whoopi Goldberg.
Parenthood.
Parenthood, yeah.
Yeah.
Nowadays Whoopi Goldberg is so woke that I doubt she'd ever admit, or ever be in a movie with that kind of premise again. Her and a white guy had a kid.
Yeah, he was a sperm donor.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right, Chloe. Sperm donor.
No. Get off
Whoopi
my
Goldberg
shoe.
was in The Lion King?
Yes, she was one of the jackals.
Huh, did not know this.
Hyenas, rather.
Not surprised.
She's the one who thought the name Mufasa was sexy.
You think Mufasa's sexy?
Theodore Rex.
Never heard of it.
Chloe.
Chloe. Penis.
So, yeah, basically it's like a buddy cop movie. Only one of the cops is Whoopi Goldberg, and the other one is a T-Rex.
That's pretty sad.
Mandy G, it's a movie you cannot escape. Even if you do not watch it, you know a hell of a lot about it.
That's just really sad. That's just a sad movie.
Yeah. And Mandy, I think Mandy's obsessing on me. I better make sure my doors and windows are locked before I go to bed.
You know, I have
God,
nothing
that
to say to
outfit.
that.
What? What outfit?
I have nothing to say to that just because I never lock my door.
I think the chat should definitely be spared from this image, but the people up here should definitely see this bloody image.
Then
Where'd it go?
if they,
1 second, I lost the image.
if the people in the chat need to be spared it, why must we be subjected to it?
All right, you're gonna ask
You
me
must
to-
be blind girl.
Yeah, I'm
Please?
coming. Chloe, get off my foot.
Ah,
Get your vagina off my foot.
Dinosaur wearing isn't very good either.
I've seen that movie.
You wonder why Whoopi Goldberg does not want anything to do with that movie. I forgot about her outfit. Oh, wait,
Well-
actually, I think I can.
I hope she got paid well.
I think it was like in a contract with a bunch of movies. That's why she had to do that. I think I can copy this and
Post the link.
Chloe,
why is this in? I believe if you go to that link, you can see something more. Let me click on it just to double check.
A friend of mine back in the 80s said, "Oh, Whoopi Goldberg's really good looking," and I turned on and goes, "You're never going to get a girlfriend, are you?"
poor guy, thinking. Well, I mean, Whoopi Goldberg isn't that ugly.
I'm gonna say I wouldn't say she was bad looking. She didn't age that well, but she aged better than most.
Mind you,
Wait,
I'm
what-
neutral about
Theodore
Whoopi
Rex?
Goldberg. Like, I'm pretty neutral. Like, I'm not like, she's awesome or she's not awesome. I'm more of just, she exists.
Yeah.
I don't really have an opinion either way.
See, if I really believe if it wasn't for her role as Guinan, as
Totally.
far as I was concerned, Whoopi Goldberg would have been left in the 80s.
Mandy reckons Whoopi Goldberg is a handsome black man.
Not wrong, but
Well, at least you got her pronouns right. Chloe, no.
yes.
Chloe, penis.
Nah, she's too far over across the room. You won't be able to hear her. Thank God. Don't encourage her.
You know, I was just saying that is the most annoying noise pretty much in the world, and why am I encouraging it?
Cause you're Green Thunder.
True.
Chloe,
Chloe.
she's just rolling on the carpet, her meowing, waiting for me to throw something at her.
This is why you need a Nerf gun. Seriously,
is.
cats love Nerf guns.
Although I think I, wouldn't really be able to aim that Nerf gun too well.
It's a point and click. Well, yeah. Yes, Red Feather. Chloe is in heat, and a female cat in heat is I don't think there's a such thing as a male cat in heat, but yeah, cat in heat is the worst noise ever.
Yeah, it is pretty irritating. I will have to agree with this statement.
Ooh, yeah, that is also up there. Here, the most annoying noise in the world is hearing your cat throw up in the middle of the night, but not knowing where.
No,
pretty
the
much.
most annoying noise in the world is you're trying to get to sleep and every 10 seconds, meow, meow.
Especially when they will jump on top of you, stick their nose in your ear, and then
Yep.
Usually it's probably your fault they did that. Just saying.
See, my problem is the worst noise I hate that my cat does in the middle of the night. All of a sudden, you just start hearing.
Yeah, that was always fun. If they're
Running
meowing
up and
at
down
you,
the
it's
hall.
probably your fault. But
Running up and down the hallway, and then all of a sudden, thump. You're like,
Or
what the hell?
if you're really unlucky, crash, tinkle.
Yeah.
Oh, another fun thing I've seen on videos is when the cat decides he's gonna lie on your top of your LCD TV. Which then takes a tumble.
yeah, I've heard that happen on cat finds. It's hilarious to hear.
I wonder. Well, that just reminds me. I wonder how many TVs did the Wii kill?
I think one of the funniest things I've seen cat videos is this woman. She's having a bath, right? And her cat sees her in the bath and it's trying to pull her out.
Oh, freaking out! One of our cats. It's not one of the ones we had now, but while you were taking a bath, it would dip its paw in and drink your water.
Yeah, you should have bought it some of
Weird-
that bath water.
Really weird cat.
No,
I
I
still
think
think
the
that-
favorite cat experience for bathtubs is when they think that the bubbles are a solid.
Ooh. I think the funniest cat we had was a black one that it always had to be in the bathroom when I was taking a shower. And on my way out of the shower, as I'm grabbing the towel, it would smack me in the ass. That is also the same one that would steal socks. Freaking.
Yes, ladies and gents, we're on cat stories now because this is the
Meow.
cat stream.
Cats. I like cats, but will gladly admit that they're all assholes. That was actually one of the funniest things I found on Reddit. So there's a cats are assholes subreddit. It has a lot of subscribers, and then I stumbled across one that said cats are not assholes. It only had 2 subscribers.
Eh.
By
Yeah,
that vote, I wonder which one the populace.
and both of them were cats.
Chloe.
Apparently, there's a lot of animals that can be just straight up dicks.
Yep.
Apparently, birds, while cute to look at, are also like notoriously big, gigantic dicks.
So are ponies.
Actually, birds are a great way of getting revenge on an arsehole neighbour who's got a flash car. Because what you do is, in the middle of the night, you put breadcrumbs on the roof of his car, and in the morning, his car will be covered in bird shit.
Yeah, ponies are also dickheads. Gotta love the ponies. Holy shit, it's like 10 minutes to 9 already? Wow.
Mandy, koalas are morons.
And they give you syphilis.
They can only eat one particular type of eucalyptus leaf, right? But if you take the leaf off, if you take the branches off the tree and try and feed it that way, it won't eat them.
Where's my screwdrivers?
And swans, Mandy, are vicious bastards.
Wait a second. Why am I
What?
getting an email about the Democratic 2020 race?
Because
Like-
they're talked to
Because they like to complain about foreign interference whilst trying to get foreigners to interfere with our election.
Yeah, because apparently I'm being asked to vote Democratic in the 2020 election, which
Well, that's what you get for talking to feminist lesbians.
I'm just like, I'm pretty sure
You
have
should
to
send
be
an email
American
back
to
like,
vote.
okay, send me the ballot and I will make sure to.
Seriously, I'm getting asked to vote in the American election in my email. It's like really
Well,
really
you
weird.
identify as trans-American, so.
Right, what you want to do now is you want to send them an email back saying, I'm Canadian and I am forwarding this email to the Republican Party.
Oh, holy shit.
I find something like that very funny and amusing. And as far as I'm concerned, proof that the Democrats and Republicans like to work together. Because a couple of years ago, out of the blue, I started getting emails from the Republican parties. The local Republican Party for this and the local Republican Party for that. Sitting there saying, hey, vote Republican, and how about this for the Republicans and all that. And it got to the point one time where they actually ended up calling me, asked me to do this survey, right? And they're doing the whole, are you a Republican? No. Do you agree with what the Republicans believe? No. Oh, would you like us to take you off your list or off of our list? Yes. Okay, we'll do that. Like, almost immediately after they said the Republicans said they'd stop bothering me, the Democrats started bothering me. I'm just like, somebody got to pick something there.
Yeah.
I usually, I hardly ever do answer the phone call, but when I do, I go, hello. It usually scares the crap out of them.
One of these days you're gonna get, oh, I found you, Cookie Monster. It's Big Bird.
Oh, dude. Well, I got one of those Indian calls saying that my Windows computer is acting up and we're here. We would need to service it. I'm like, I ain't got a computer. Like he legitimately argued with me that I have a computer. I'm like, no, I don't have a computer.
Yeah,
I mean, I was lying, but how are you going to argue with me saying I have a computer when I straight up told you I didn't?
I usually put on my angry old racist voice for them. What? Computer? I don't have a bloody computer, you jumped up spear chucker. Back in my day when we were in India, we'd have a sand like you digging a bloody latrine.
Wait till you get one from the IRS saying you owe $1,800 and some dollars, and if you don't pay it, they're gonna have you arrested. I said, you want me to handcuff myself? I got my own cuffs. I said, I know the sheriff personally. You can send him on up here. And the guy continued that. My wife's sitting in there busting her gut and laughing.
Oh God, crap! Did you hear a few weeks ago? Somebody tried that scam on the deputy. This is a town somewhere where it's just a